want to talk about lunging icks. And I want to preface this by saying that I don't think the lungers and the horse handlers are doing this on purpose. I think that they have not been educated and they don't know why these things can be bad. I'm not the expert on lunging. I have a lot to learn still, but from what I've learned so far and from what I've learned about horse behavior, these are things that are my icks. Distracted lunging. People on their phones texting, talking on the phone, people talking to another person, people smoking while they're lunging. I've seen all those things. You shouldn't be doing that because you're having a conversation with your horse. Lunging is about training your horse. It's not just about letting them run around. So bad. Also, your horse could get scared, pull you out. Like, you have to be constantly aware of what's happening. And if you're distracted, you're not doing that. Second ick. This really stresses me out. Not giving your horse a proper warm-up. So I see this all the time. People come in with their horse when they're lunging and they just like let the lunge line go and the horse just starts running because they're used to that. They're used to being rushed and they're used to using lunging as just like blowing off steam or getting less wild. So they get used to just like bolting and immediately start going around. That is how horses get injured in lunge line. It is not because lunging is specifically dangerous. So just like you wouldn't go out and start a run out of nowhere because you know you're going to get hurt and you warm up, that's the same thing your horse needs. Horses need to walk, to trot, then to canter. Same thing when you're riding, same thing when you're lunging them. If the horse hasn't moved and is super stiff in their body and they just start running around, that is an injury waiting to happen. That goes in line with people letting their horses just run, not an engaging trot or canter where they're using their hind end properly, where they're using their core properly. They're just letting them like or just like run. That is teaching a horse bad habits. What you do when you're on the ground translates to what you do when you're on your horse. So if you or whoever is lunging your horse is letting your horse run, your horse is gonna run when you get on.